The one and only Ricochet, baby. How are you, man?
I'm doing great here on this Royal Rumble weekend.
I'm sure does something like this, especially after last year, as the Royal Rumble approaches, do you have to start thinking, oh boy, like if I have the opportunity,
Not at all.
This is the level that's been set.
No,
You don't.
no.
You just go out there and
Yeah, I never, it will never, ever, ever. I gotta plan some big moment in the WrestleMania or the Royal Rumble. No, I just, if somebody thinks of something, or if I think of something, or if it happens, it'll happen. But mostly, I'm just gonna go out there to try to win the thing.
that's
It's
it.
not to try to make a moment, to try to be cool. No, I'm gonna try to win.
You're gonna try so you can go to WrestleMania, win the belt.
Yeah.
yeah. That's
more important than my Royal Rumble almost eliminated. I don't want to get thrown over at all. I don't want to have an almost eliminated moment.
You like to stay stationary. Yeah.
That's my thing. Yeah.
That's the smartest answer I've ever heard.
It is. I wish I learned from this new generation. I once got yelled at because Crash Holly gave me a Frankensteiner from the top to the floor.
That's great.
In a battle royal.
Shouldn't have gone on the top.
Yeah.
Right.
Why was I going to the top rope on? I think it was on SmackDown, and they're like, "Why would you do that?" And I was just like,
There's so many people. Chaos
Yeah.
happens. You don't know what's going on in there.
Yeah,
I wanted to
absolutely
try
not.
to I don't know, throw somebody off, superplex them to the
Yeah,
floor.
absolutely.
Yeah.
I got yelled at for that. For my elimination, I got yelled at.
Hey.
And not only did I not win, I'm getting yelled at for getting eliminated differently.
Yeah. How dare you get
hell?
eliminated?
And they said it made no sense for you to go to the. I was technically sitting on the top turnbuckle.
Yeah.
He's right though. It didn't make. I mean, what are you doing up there?
I was going to do an aerial.
Looking.
Hey, have you ever
different
seen?
perspective?
Or you grab the guy with your feet,
Yeah.
bend over backwards.
Yeah, the Rey Mysterio
I'm
thing.
very
Yeah.
agile.
I didn't realize you had that kind of agility.
I could do that.
I'm sure. No,
I have done every wrestling maneuver except a shooting star
Uh huh.
and up and over, because that's just hard.
Yeah.
And skinning the cat,
Also
I
hard.
couldn't even skin a goat. I could physically, even when I was in the best shape of my life. And I used to
It's
do
hard,
the
yeah.
tackle, drop down, leapfrog, because
Yeah,
I used to do that all the time.
Oh yeah.
Be up and over, impossible for me. I don't know if it's the size of my butt was always big or whatever.
Drag it
People
down.
don't understand how great someone like Ricochet is, because
I appreciate it.
just like the margin of error on the
Yeah.
simplest
Oh,
of
yeah.
moves is,
Completely.
and then these moves that he does, springboards. Lance Storm taught me springboards. I was springboarding everywhere.
Yeah.
I loved it until I decided to springboard, and there's such a difference from inside the ring to outside the ring.
You springboard outside the ring.
Yeah,
Yeah. I mean, I've done it. Absolutely.
Sure.
It's just crazy.
but no, because you know why it's easier to do it into the ring, because of the space of the apron.
Yes.
But I went too far out when I did my, and I
Oh.
crashed and burned.
Yeah.
But no one ever taught me that. So how did I learn it? Where I just crashed and burned in the ECW arena. But again,
But
people
that-
a lot of
don't
Latin
realize,
culture.
Yeah.
people
I've had
don't
I've had some
realize
lessons taught in that
Yeah.
ring too.
how
Is that right?
how amazing he is for what he does. If you think about the simple up and over, you're running, you have to grab two things, jump
Hold on.
backwards while your momentum is going forward, lift
Push.
up your spine, push up and land. And this
Yeah,
is
it's-
a
yeah.
simple move that people see
All the time.
all the
Yeah.
time. And the intricacy of it. I have done it so many times where I don't even think Hornswoggle could get underneath and I'm like, I know I got this one. And then they'll show me on the tape. I'm like, oh man.
And I'm sure you've done, multiple seminars, and you're teaching people, the front rolls and,
Yep.
the safety precautions, and you get to, we're going to do up and over. And you see how many, it's really hard move just to get in the corner and up and over. There's trainees, and I've done seminars, and you try to teach people again, these basic moves, and they're really complicated,
Yeah.
physically.
Is that mind blowing? I'm sure it is for fans, but also for new people coming in, that you're like, no, I know the huge moves that I do look really hard, but all these little moves are really
Just him
difficult.
describing the corner and up and over.
Yep.
You have to hold balance, make sure you don't go over, make sure you go up enough, make sure you don't kick the guy, push off enough. It really is a lot.
That's the other part. You have to, while you're jumping, you have to open your legs so another person can run underneath.
Yeah.
When you're
I've been
trying
kicked.
it.
I've for sure been kicked.
Yeah.
You try to go under and they
Oh, of
kick you.
course.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh, yeah. You also you have an insane amount of control of your body. You just kind of know. It seems like You just kind of know where all your muscles are and exactly what they do.
Yeah,
But you'll find that control in midair.
over time it happens. I mean, I blame Japan for all that. Because when I went over to Dragon Gate, I started going in 2010. But then I was going over there, and you do something, and if it's even like slightly off, or like if it's off, they would always say, you have to be accurate. You have to be accurate, please, accurate. You know what I mean? Because you're landing on people, and or whatever you're doing, the high flying stuff, like they would always say, please, accuracy. So I said, oh, say no more, say less.
And is that just a matter of like do it over and over and over and over again?
I mean, yeah, and I think I mean,
Yeah.
absolutely.
And you were over there training in the dojos with them.
I was training in the dojo and just trying things. They have crash pads, they have all that stuff. Absolutely, yeah. But I just remember they would say, we have to be perfect in ring. We have to be perfect in here because dangerous. And they would so
that's wild. I mean, it must feel really good to get to a place where I'm assuming that you're at now, where somebody can kind of come up with something and you can think about it and go, yeah, I can do that.
No, I talked to AJ Styles not too long ago. Because again, just the like when I did the flip out of the ring on Dream or Logan Paul, when I did that, I was talking to AJ because I said, I wonder like what age, like, will I not be able to do that? Not at what age will I be like, I can still do that, but I'm definitely not doing that. Like, but what age, like, well, I just can't, I can't do that anymore.
Yeah.
Because I feel like AJ could still do that if he wanted to. If AJ wanted to, he could probably do that.
I think he could too.
Same with Ray.
And Ray.
And Ray was such an
I use those two all the time because Ray's like getting close to 50. Ray, AJ's like 46, 47. So I use those guys as like my goalposts. Like if they're still doing it at this age, like I definitely could still be doing it at that age.
Nice.
Like,
and did you have guys around you when you were first starting and developing this style going like, don't work like that? You'll only be able to work for 5 years.
I mean, I had guys telling me, you're never going to be a wrestler.
You're never going to make it.
I had guys telling me that stuff,
Sure.
but I never had guys like trying to literally help me like be better at what I'm doing.
Right. They just wanted to stop you.
They just wanted to stop me.
Right.
Yeah. But I mean, not until obviously later on in my career. But yeah, at first, I mean, I had Chuck Taylor who was traveling with me and telling me things, and then obviously we'd go to like Chikara and stuff and Quack, and them they would kind of help me. But early on, like doing the Tennessee and doing the Illinois and doing the Alabama and doing all those states, I heard it all.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Is there anything where you'll see something on social media like a move, a flip, or where you're like, how the hell did that person?
I mean, who's that? Bikino?
Yeah. Vikingo. Yeah.
I feel like I could do it,
I think
but
totally
it's
could.
just scary. It's scary because even Ivar will send me a clip and be like, "Oh, we gotta do that," and I'm like, "Yeah, but it's just scary. Like I'm not."
And mentally will mess you up. That fear of
absolutely.
the unknown.
I tell people that all the time because even just doing a backflip, like most people who can't do a backflip, I'll say, you have the ability, you have everything to do a backflip. It's the mental barrier of going backwards is what a lot of people's problem is. It's like there's a lot of people who can physically capable of hitting multiple backflips probably, but just that mental barrier of going back is blocking them. So that's the biggest, that really is.
And it seems like the mental block, because I feel like whenever I've like jumped off a diving board or something and tried to do something, the mental block comes while you're in mid motion, right? And that's when it's a disaster.
You see it all the time. People online trying to backflip and they'll get halfway through the flip and just fall. You see it online all the time because that mental block.
Hey, real quick before we, because you got so much stuff going on, your favorite Royal Rumble and why?
Ooh, my favorite Royal Rumble. Oh man, maybe. See, I just like Royal Rumbles. Maybe the third time Stone Cold won.
Nice.
Maybe the third time. He's the only 3-time winner.
Yeah.
He like the story like after like maybe the third time Stone Cold.
That's a good answer, man.
Hell yeah.
And it's a thoughtful answer. It's not just everybody blurts out 92.
Yeah,
like 92.
I like 96 too.
Sure.
I like when Sean super kicked, was it Diesel?
Yeah.
He went over the top rope. That was cool at the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So but maybe the third time. I don't remember what year.
There was one where Austin won, and the Big Boss Man was the last eliminate, and Big Boss Man looked like he was about to vomit because he was so blown up. Yeah, and he went over that top rope. He got stuck on that top rope, and I was like, "Get the hell out of here!" But it was like I felt bad for the Big Boss Man. Like if he had oxygen, he might have won.
Absolutely.
Good seeing you, buddy.
Yeah, man.
No, absolutely.
Good luck the rest of today, tonight,
Absolutely,
everything.
yeah.
It's always great talking to you,
I'm
man.
excited.